and welcome to this week's PennEnergy News Update. On behalf of our generous sponsor, Deloitte Center for Energy Solutions, who made this broadcast possible, I'm Hilton Price. The United States has approved a new round of sanctions against major oil producer Iran, part of President Barack Obama's efforts to deter its potential development of nuclear weapons. The new set of sanctions would impose punitive measures against any companies purchasing crude oil from the Middle Eastern nation. The measure passed through the Senate with a rare 100 votes in support. An analysis of current oil supplies and the likely effect on crude oil prices was conducted before the sanctions were approved. President Obama's attempt to end subsidies for oil and gas exploration and production ground to a halt in the final days of March, as Senate Republicans rallied to vote down the bill. The proposal would have ended $4 billion in tax breaks given to oil companies for oil exploration, which the president argued was unnecessary considering industry profits. The bill was defeated 51-47. 4 Democrats voted in favor of the oil subsidies. API is criticizing the EPA's decision to approve higher levels of ethanol in gasoline, warning that the agency could be putting consumers and their vehicles at risk. API's director says the EPA decision comes before the completion of thorough testing by the automobile and oil industries. He said testing results so far have revealed problems with the mixture, and that engine damage from its use may not be covered under vehicle manufacturer warranties. India plans to dramatically increase the scale of its natural gas pipelines over the course of the next few years. The country's oil minister is promising the industry that the country's infrastructure is already slated to double based on current projects. He says the country already has 12,000 kilometers of gas pipeline, with another 12,000 under construction. An additional 7,000 kilometers of pipeline are currently going through the bidding process. The Wall Street Journal is reporting India has its sights on Qatar as a possible source for greater quantities of liquid natural gas. Despite high crude oil prices, oil tanker rates around the world continue to fall, and that could lead to problems with safety. Supply concerns have pushed up the price of crude oil, but actual demand remains relatively low. Combined with an overabundance of tanker ships, this is pushing down tanker rates, increasing the pressure to cut costs. The director of the Oil Companies International Marine Forum says that can lead to cuts in crew and maintenance. One place tanker rates aren't falling, the Middle East. There, rates have risen substantially as concerns linger about supply disruptions, though the demand stems more from stockpiling than current demand. Thank you for joining us this week. For these stories and more, go to PennEnergy.com.